She's a gorgon.
I see it. She's got a big hat. She's sun safe.
She lives underground. She doesn't like the sun.
It's a statement.
But it's still
Actually,
her head.
I don't know if she doesn't like the sun or she just avoids the sun, because there was this one version of her where she was a pirate and she's like on a ship with like a hat and a cool leather outfit.
Because he never calls her. Thank you.
Well, talking about avoiding the sun, the very end of this fight that you guys just had last week,
Oh no, control weather is wearing off.
the sun is disappearing from the sky.
The ring is tightening.
It's timing in on you guys.
It was nice
Was
while
that-
it lasted.
That segue okay? We're okay with that?
Yeah.
I'm glad they're back.
I'm glad they're back.
I accept it.
Carnelian is gonna welcome, just as a heads up, Carnelian is gonna welcome the clouds back because he is sunlight sensitive.
You gonna take your hat off?
So, we do remember what happened last week, though. We guys got into a fight with a Cold Light Walker and a few ice methods.
Did we roll Arcana on the methods?
Probably not, but
You rolled
There
a
they
10
go.
or something to identify them, and all we got was a name.
Okay.
yeah, because then I could show you the picture, which has the
We
name in
did
it.
see the picture.
Yeah. They are ice methods, classic D&D monster, and template I've used before. But now, the end of that fight with the afternoon drawing in, it's actually very late afternoon for you guys now, because it wasn't that far till night when you even arrived to the cabin. So you're only coming in the last failing edges of daylight.
Gloaming.
We should get as far as we can and then find somewhere to rest.
Fine idea.
So where do you want to make for tonight, then?
Do we realistically think we could make it back to the town, given the amount of light left in the day?
Tourmaline or a different town?
I think that's the
No,
nearest town.
it was, no, Tourmaline was one
There was
step.
the little lake.
town.
The little lake.
Lonelywood.
Lonelywood.
That's right, Lonelywood. Yeah.
There is Lonelywood as well, yeah.
Yep.
Because we weren't that far out from Lonelywood when we came here.
Yeah, you guys just didn't really stop in Lonelywood. If you remember correctly,
Because they all look like dicks.
Because they're lonely.
they didn't give you the nicest of receptions.
They gave us the cold shoulder. Or maybe that was just the wind coming in.
But if you want to make your way to Lonelywood, you can head back towards the river and then turn south. And from there, it might be a couple hours. You will definitely arrive after dark. But what you do know about Lonelywood, unlike Bryn Shander, it doesn't have like a wall or anything to keep people out. It's just nestled directly in the woods.
Did we pass by like an inn or a tavern?
Well, you guys skipped that town altogether, so you guys didn't really
We went
try.
We
through
went
it.
through it though.
Yeah, but you guys weren't looking for any landmarks, really.
Yes, I was.
But would it be considered en route back to
It would,
Tourmaline
it
anyway?
would be, yes.
So I think we just start heading that direction.
Yeah.
So, if we stay the night there, we only have one day to get back to the alien ship. So, can we make it to the ship from Lonelywood in
That's
a day?
a question, yeah. Could we be able to... Could our characters be able to figure that out?
Where's the map? Give
Where's
us a
the
map.
map?
We do have a map.
Yeah. Alright, so you should be able to see the map now if you go to Roll20.
Yeah, that's loading in.
Oh, there's
I prefer
places.
my own version.
What was that?
I got a map here, PNG file. I'm something of a map man.
Somewhat of a tom-tom.
He's the map man.
So basically, the further you can get tonight and set out from in the morning, if you decide to push yourself through to exhaustion, you could make it all the way to the downed ship. But you would have to rest, like you'd have to awake as soon as possible, like early in the morning, and take no breaks to where you're going. No stops.
Yeah, that's a very long trip by
I
the looks of
think
things.
that's probably best, is that we sleep now and then just do a full 24-hour move the following day. Because that way we'll at least have, we'll be starting with all of our stuff.
Yeah, we're
And
better
just, like-
prepared to put up with exhaustion, potentially.
So if we can just get to, I guess, Lonelywood, have a long rest. Because at least at Lonelywood we don't have to worry about posting guards, posting, watch, because...
Lonelywood or Tourmaline? Because it's not too far away.
Well, I'd prefer Tourmaline if we can make it, because at least it's a known entity.
I'd rather not. They didn't like me.
No, they owe you an apology because you were right about the kobolds. He said he would apologize to you.
Yeah.
And you did send a meat bird.
I feel
Actually, let's not go there.
I feel like they're not going to apologize still.
Okay, well. Would you feel safer in Lonelywood? Carnelian?
No, but maybe we'll see how late it is when we get to Lonely Wood and make the decision then.
You do know it's a fairly short distance between Tourmaline and Lonely Wood as well.
Actually, I would feel kind of safer in Tourmaline, because at the very least...
We'll put you back in your box.
Yeah.
You can use that as a nest.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
this time, if someone comes to inspect the fucking wagon, I'm just gonna turn invisible.
3 months out of the nest, I don't know how you do it.
Okay, so
Carnelian's just staring at me.
Carnelian is or Zimma is?
Kind of just, excuse you, I'm 22.
Wait, what?
So young.
I need to study you more.
Maybe if you take off one of his scales, you can count the rings on it.
Oh, yeah. If he holds
No,
still enough.
that's cutting it in half. We'll cut him in half.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
You don't mind.
I absolutely do mind.
It's
Put
just
that on
a
ice
joke.
for the moment.
Wouldn't mind a scale, though. If one falls off, can I have it?
Yes.
When are you shedding next?
I don't know, it doesn't. Just scratch his arms.
Do you, like, shed every month or something?
That's a very good question. No, I think it's a yearly thing.
Oh. Perfect.
Let's go to
I will
Tourmaline.
wait.
Yes.
okay, so
That gloom.
all of you were already midway through packing up the sled when you got attacked. So very quickly, you all pile in, get the
Before,
dogs sorted.
before we do that, I need to heal Otto and
Right,
Douglas.
yes.
They're on 11 HP.
Any healing you want to do can be done.
Yeah, I'm gonna expend the second last of my spells.
Let me help you, Svieta.
Thank you.
I would also do a healing spell.
Nice cure wounds.
Yeah, just your classic level 1 cure.
That's 10 from me.
Doesn't count. 6 and out. 9.
Oh, perfect.
Turns out I am the better healer.
Who would have thought with all the things you put into being a healer?
Terrible mathematician. I got a 10.
Oh, turns out I'm the better mathematician. Maybe not healer.
Thank you for healing Otto and Douglas.
So after healing up Otto and Dogcliff, you get the dogs and Otto onto the, like, all arranged.
Yep.
And you start heading down towards the river. And from there you turn south. The light quickly fades over the cabin that's behind you as you get to the edge of the Lonely Wood itself. The cabin falls into darkness. And what we do see is that interior living room area where you guys were making the Summer Star. The ashes of both Svieta and the remains of Macredius are actually still on the floor. While Svieta was revived, her original remains are still there. There's a gentle wind that we can hear on the outside of the cabin. And after a few moments, we can hear the creaking of floorboards of someone walking outside on that veranda porch area. Soon, we see stepping in through the window a figure, humanoid figure, wrapped in furs, although not completely wrapped up against the cold. More skin is exposed than you would expect. He steps forward and looks down at the remains on the floor. And you can see just underneath the furs that are covering the top of his head, you can see his mouth, like his nose and mouth on the way down. And he smiles a little. He kneels down and reaches out his hand, and a blue energy starts emanating from the elbow, tracing down to his fingertips and swirling about until they eventually make contact with Svieta's ashes. The energy swirls and starts picking those ashes up, and then they eventually form water around them. Spinning and swirling, he snaps his finger, and they sharply turn to ice. It's now an icy core about the size of maybe a football, and he picks it up and looks at it in the very limited light that comes through. You can see the clear ice and Svieta's ashes. He puts the ice into his bag turns and walks out of the cabin.
What the fuck?
Someone's got to my body.
Someone's planning a... Are they going to make a double Svieta?
Well, I mean, the NRL Grand Final's Sunday, so maybe they just needed a ball.
A Svieta simulacrum?
Wait,
a Svieta-ulacrum?
I thought you cast a spell on my body. What is he doing?
Gentle repose, yeah.
Oh no.
It stops you coming back as the undead. I don't think it stops someone, like, just messing with your corpse.
I'd rather they didn't.
Could be worse.
Did we see... Did we
None
see
of you
this?
guys
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
this.
I assume that this narration is happening after we
Oh,
left.
I thought we did see it. I thought
No.
that's why. Oh, okay.
No, this all happened after you guys left the cabin and are approaching the landing wood.
You wanted his very own Svieta ball.
Get yours today. Just one orb, and that'll kill you, and then you can become Ash.
Just spirals at someone and donks them on the head.
They're a limited time. We only make one every time Sveta dies.
So therefore we have one.
Just the second time I was like, oh, we've got two. It's not much, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Limited release now.
Yeah.
She's gone forever.
Oh,
So it's a bit slow going once you hit the woods and the darkness falls in, but you do eventually make your way to Lonely Wood. Do you want to continue through to Tourmaline?
What time is it?
It's probably somewhere around 7 or 8 o'clock. And it's another couple hours to Tourmaline.
Ooh. Do you reckon we should just try and, like, put our hoods up, heads down, like, sort of skate through
I think,
Landing
yeah.
wood pretty quick.
And then just get to Tourmaline.
under cover of darkness?
And then we can get up at like 6 a.m. and start our day-long adventure.
sounds good to me. Svieta, yeah?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. So, you're very fortunate that this sleepy wooded town, once the sun goes down, seems to be very otherwise inactive. The docks are clear, there's very few people on the street. So you're able to make your way to the other side and then head south to Tourmaline. The road here is much better. Going through the wood where you were was unpaved and unmapped. So now that you're on a proper road, going is much smoother. You make your way and you come to the north end of Tourmaline. You know that somewhere very close by is the tavern. I think it's the Blue...
The Blue Oyster Cult.
There's a dockside cabin called the Blue Clam. However, you're not sure where an inn is or if it is also an inn as well.
You guys remember that inn? Was it like Blue Balls Delight or something? Like,
Something like that. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's what it was called.
was
I'll
it,
knock on the door.
did they have lodgings?
How big is the building?
For the Blue Clam.
Yeah, does it look like there would be rooms?
So you want to head there first.
Yeah.
Tourmaline's one of the larger cities, though, right? Well, surely they'd have, like, a watch posted that we could ask.
Well, I mean, apart from his encounter with you, he was pretty friendly. Seemed like a nice guy.
No, that was the
mayor.
the speaker.
But he was... Oh, yes, he was just at the Blue Oyster Cult.
At the time. Are you in your box at this stage, or...?
Yes, well, Carnelian isn't in his box. He's just, like, sitting in the wagon to conceal himself from most line of sight.
In the box, holding the lid, ready to go inside.
You like in the box that lit up. Then go back down if you need to.
I mean, the box was an illusion last time. He just, drew the visual illusion around himself to, like, conceal his body.
Carnelian, get in your box. Now.
But they know he's here.
Anyone around, Callan?
Alright, so you just take a look around.
Yeah, like Zimma said, maybe a guard as well. We could just ask where the lodgings are.
Sure. You take a look around, and nearby you can see there are a couple of men stumbling their way from the docks. You do see a couple of the town watch as well.
Approach a member of the town watch. Not the men holding hands.
Well, that's too bad.
My good man, we are just passing through, but it's getting late and we're looking for some bedding.
You have come in a bit late. Bedding, you say? Probably best to go by the inn then.
Ah, good idea. I thought that might be the case.
Well, Good to have confirmation.
Yes.
Seems like you're out of towners and the DM's looking up his notes. Perhaps you'll want to be staying by the east side.
Yes, perhaps we might. My favorite side, in fact.
I'm for life myself.
East side till I die is what I always say.
Well, that's good. Then it sounds like you know exactly where you're going and I don't need to give you any further direction.
Maybe.
Remind me, I'm more of a West Coast person, but what was the in
West Coast person? We don't like them types around here.
Well, you'll just have me for the night then. What's the inn called?
The east side.
Really?
Yes.
There you go.
Wow.
Surprisingly, it's on the east side of town.
You Termalanes are a creative bunch.
Lame.
So, yeah.
That's just what my uncle from Bryn Shander said. We always take pride in our name.
What can you tell us about the innkeep? Are we likely to be dealing with the person themselves, or would they?
Oh, Marta. Yeah, she's a good little one. Quite young to be an innkeeper. But I suppose that's because she's taking care of her father, Clyde. He's the real owner of the inn, but been bedridden for a while, of course.
Poor man.
Do you know why?
Old Clyde is unfortunately just getting old. I don't think he'll be with us for much longer, particularly with how bad the winters are getting. Old fisherman, you know.
Potential convert.
What?
What?
Well, he's going to meet the judge soon enough. May as well be a fan.
Or two.
Right.
You can make him comfortable.
What's that noise coming from your sled?
Back at the box.
There is no noise coming. These aren't the kobolds you're looking for.
Kobold mind trick.
Well, look, if you're after the east side, just follow this road east and then take a south at the very last road on your right. You should come along the east side eventually. Be hard to miss.
Very good, very good. I hope we don't encounter any kobolds along the way. Just kidding, we won't. We just saved your town from the kobolds in the mine. That was us.
Hate him. If I saw a kobold right now, I don't know what I'd do.
Me too. You should have seen what we did to those other ones.
Horrible creatures.
It was...
Jeez, I hope you gave him one for me.
we really did.
Give him a good stabbing between each ribs is what I say.
Oh, I didn't even bother with the ribs. I just went for the head.
Most amount of pain possible, if at all.
Have you met Mala before? I'm going
Mala?
to convert this one.
Can't say that I have.
Oh, you'll really enjoy him.
Does he also kill kobolds?
Probably.
That sounds good enough to me. I'm going to convert to Mala.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Huzzah!
When we walk
How do
away.
I convert to Mala?
Just kill.
Just kill.
All right. Roll for initiative.
Just Carnelian.
Carnelian, you say?
Who's that?
Who's that?
When we do walk away, I do want to turn to Wodun. I thought I told you to stop lying.
I can't help it.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. This is fun. Anyway, these heroes need some rest, good sir.
Yes.
So, if you
Yes,
don't
I
mind,
need to start reading up on how to convert to Mala.
you do.
There's got to be a holy symbol around here somewhere, I'm sure of it.
Oh, I forgot to do something. That's okay.
Do you want to do it with me? We can worship Mala together.
Oh, I know how you can... the first thing of order is chop off your ring finger.
All right, I got it. He just takes a knife out and goes, ah, ah,
Now give it to me.
Okay, why?
Because I need it.
Wait, do you have a missing ring finger?
No, I got yours now.
That makes sense. Good night.
Svieta, did he leave the ring on, or was it on the stump?
Is there a ring?
There's no ring.
No, just the stump. Do you want the blood?
Oh,
Do you want
nope.
the blood?
I mean,
Thank
I'll have it
you.
if no one else is.
Oh,
That
drain
man
it.
was
There you go.
clinically insane.
Don't eat it. Alright, give it back.
Probably why they put him on the late shift.
I'll put anyone on night shift.
Night shift workers are crazy.
So you head your way down, and as the helpful Mala guard's directions, it's pretty easy to find the east side once you follow his directions on the main roads.
Yeah.
It's a largish building, space for the dogs and Otto to be to be stabled?
Yes.
Yes.
Put a bag on Otto's head.
Now, the delicate matter of transporting a kobold into this establishment, are we just going to just be loud and proud?
No, it's okay. It's okay. I got this.
Yes, Mr. Level 5.
Invisibility.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Saves us a bit of money.
I mean, it's gonna, like, it only lasts an hour, so, like, maybe don't
Just get into your room.
spend, like, well, make sure we get a room within the time frame, so that way I don't randomly pop into visibility in the middle of the tavern. Because that'll probably look even worse.
Let's do that. Let's get a couple of rooms for the night.
Okay.
Do you want to stack this out?
So you approach the east side, and what you can hear as you approach is a young woman appears to be just singing a soft song as you enter. You hear her sing.
What?
Just a sound you made, you're like,
A siren
what's
song.
that song?
Is she singing the Ratatouille thing?
No.
Le Festin? Okay.
Ahead of winter's when she came, the lovely woman with no name, draped in fur-lined cloak of red, to icy lake she fled. The wind pursued her all the same, as sure as night she's dead. And then that repeats over and over for a while.
Hey, guys, is that the same... I think it's referring to the same woman in the lake as, is it at East Haven? Remember there was a...
Oh, the white lady.
Yeah. Something similar, perhaps. Maybe something to ponder.
As you enter the inn, what you see is a common room with a number of different tables that have all been put up for the night. And you can see a girl, a teenager at best, is sweeping the floors and singing. When she sees you, she looks up and goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't expect visitors so late. Welcome to the east side."
Greetings. Are you the innkeep or the daughter's innkeep?
Yes, my name is Marta. I am the innkeeper here at the east side.
Apologies for coming late, but we were seeking lodgings for the evening, if possible.
Of course. So how many? 1, 2, 3?
Yes, just the three of us.
And carts, sleds.
Yes, and I'll just list what we have.
Oh,
Because I can't remember exactly.
an owlbear. That's intriguing.
It is
Yes.
tamed and trained.
Can they sleep indoors, or do they have to be in the stables?
I would prefer if they're kept in the stables, please.
He's very cute.
Regardless of how cute they are, I don't want anything potentially bothering my father late at night with any noise.
That's okay, I will stable him.
Thank you very much. There'll be 2 copper pieces for the stable, and a silver piece per room, if you please.
Of course.
Oh, I hope some money appears in my pocket out of nowhere.
How much was the room
You
again?
get robbed too?
Just gonna, like, quickly, like, siphon some money into everybody's pocket.
A silver piece per room, and
I
2
will-
copper pieces for the stable.
I will pay for that all.
Oh,
I didn't need your
okay.
ghost money.
Thank you, Svieta.
Thanks, Feta.
Did you get robbed too, Wodun?
No, I didn't. I'm just stingy.
Well, I hope you enjoy your stay at the east side. Here's your keys. And she hands you a couple of keys. And the rooms are just on the ground floor, down this hallway to the right. You can see 1 at the very end and 2 a little bit closer.
Thank you, Marta.
You have a very beautiful voice, by the way. That was a lovely song.
Oh, I've been told I have the voice of an angel.
What exactly was that woman in the lake you were singing of?
It's an old story. I'm surprised that you're so interested.
Well, we may have heard something similar in our travels.
Oh, it's very personal. It's something that happened to my grandparents some 50 years ago. There was a mysterious woman in a fur-lined coat that stopped by the east side on their way to Lonelywood. Because the woman was alone and frightened, the innkeepers, my grandparents, retired adventurers, they tried to console her. The woman gave them a ring as payment for hospitality. But not long afterwards, a howling wind burst into the inn and tossed the woman around like a rag doll. The innkeepers intervened, giving the woman time to escape. The The evil wind battered my grandparents unconscious before resuming its hunt, and that was the last anyone saw of her. I still have her ring. It's given down to the family treasure, I guess. It's a little thing, but it's ours.
I'm actually a skilled appraiser. Perhaps in the morning over breakfast I could assist you with identifying that ring.
Oh, if you wish. It's more sentimental than anything else.
Of course, but, you never know. I can learn some interesting properties about it for you.
Oh, quite possibly. My grandparents thought it good enough to keep for trade. I'm sure it was a nice ring. She shows you the ring. It's on her finger at the moment. It seems relatively plain, but it does seem nicely made.
Okay.
Have you encountered anything like these winds or heard of them ever since?
Only stories from my grandparents. I haven't seen anything like that myself.
How peculiar.
I have a theory.
Well, you must be very tired. If there's anything else I can do, there is a small bell here at the counter. Just ring it and I will come down. Not too loudly. I'm trying to let my father sleep.
Thank you, Marta.
Marta, one more thing. We've just come from the north. Have you heard the name Bloodclaw? Bloodfang? Before?
No. I don't believe I've heard that name before.
Okay. Me either. I was just making it up.
Oh, okay. They say Tomalinians are very good at naming things. Perhaps
We've heard.
Perhaps you should be called Imaginary Blood Person. That sound better?
Yeah, it does. That sounds way better.
Oh, I'm so happy.
That's what I'll ask the next person.
Oh, that's great.
Don't.
I won't. That's ridiculous.
You're so silly.
Well, I must be turning in now. I'm going to close up for the night.
Good night, Marta.
Good night.
Good night, Marta.
So you return to your rooms and go to sleep for the night. Is there anything anyone wants to do before the next day?
Comment on how I think there's something wrong with the well that these people are drinking from. Also, Carnelian will produce the amulet he found in the cabin, and
Whose room are you in?
Yeah, that's a good question.
how many rooms are there?
3.
3. Oh, if there's 3 separate rooms, he'll probably head to Horacio's room because he wants to give him the amulet. Since he's such a good appraiser. You still have that pearl, right?
Yes, you know it.
Good.
Pearl.
I don't...
What?
It's time for Callan to find out if that pearl actually has a listed value.
Shit.
I warned him about this earlier, so it's his own fault for not
totally
knowing.
forgot.
Yep. Pearl.
Do you guys have a pearl in your character sheet to start?
Pearl.
Yeah, probably.
I do actually need to know.
I can add it if I was supposed to.
I recall there was a pearl that we found in, among the shopkeeper's stuff in Kirkonig, and when we took back his stuff to give to him, we kept the pearl because we were like, we could use this for an identify spell.
Well, I don't have it in the party loot. I think someone has it on their sheet.
Inventory.
Unless it was given back.
I probably
we
had it, just
definitely
never added it.
So this is just from the description of the one from the Unseen. It was 25 pearls carved into decorative beads. That was one of the missing items, though.
Okay, so we never actually found that.
No, you did find that. That was with the other items that were missing in the town.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so we have that.
3 daggers.
Would that be effectively considered 25 pearls then?
25 pearls, yeah, but the value might not be what you're looking for. Because the value of a pearl for the spell that Zimma wants is needs to be 100 GP.
If we have 25 pearls that are worth 4 gold each, does that count for the spell?
Or do you have them is the question.
Pearls?
I don't have pearl written down on my.
Because it was also one of the items you were supposed to give back if you found it. I don't know if you guys did.
Maybe that's why it's not on the sheet.
Because I'm afraid, even with the spell, if we don't have that pearl, can't cast it.
Oh, well, I've added it.
Like just now, or?
Yeah. You could buy one. I'll just tell her it's a beautiful ring.
I'm sorry, I don't have 100 gold pieces on me.
I don't even have one.
So if you don't want to use the spell, you can use an Arcana check to try and determine what items are. The DC is just, high, if you're just trying to do it without tuning or wearing it to work out its properties, it's just a little bit higher. But you can make an Arcana check.
Okay.
All right, I would like to make that Arcana check.
Okay.
I will also.
That is jolly 13.
12.
It's not enough. You don't know what it does. It has the symbol of Lathander on it, because it was obviously Macredius's. But you don't know what it does, unless you could try attuning to it, putting it on and then taking another stab at it. You could do an investigation check to try and work out what it's doing.
Yeah. Okay. Do that.
Okay, over the course of an hour, you need to attune it. Do an investigation check.
I will investigate. Oh, even worse. 14.
That's better than
That's better than
Your maths is terrible tonight.
No. It's got a bigger modifier. I'm just going purely off my
No.
luck.
Right.
I'm not adding numbers before I complain about what I get.
Was that worth using an inspiration point on? It might have been.
Hindsight's 20/20, and
Do
it's
you want
mine.
to try to do an investigation check?
No.
Nah.
Okay. You can keep it on. There's definitely magic coming from it. You can feel it in your body.
I
mean,
feel it in my plants.
I had detect magic on when we went into the
Yeah,
room.
you know it's magical.
Look, if we ever get back to Bryn Shanda, then we can probably just stop by and give it back to Miss Shan, because it, belonged to one of her acolytes? ?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, anyone else? You are sleeping in Horatio's
Yeah, I'll
room
sleep.
then?
I won't bother. Just jumping between rooms, I'll just
Stay in one.
crawl under the bed where hopefully won't be discovered in the middle of the night.
Sveta, anything you'd like to do?
Just close my door, plump everything up, and go to sleep in a bowl.
Okay. And Wodun.
Wodun's going to do the same, but he's going to be doing it very slowly because he's quite distracted now that he's by himself and doesn't have immediate distractions. So he's so he's kind of thinking about what happened that day and that he may have come closer to death than he thought about at the time, and how Svieta was dead and has come back, and how that must feel. So he's kind of just sort of staring blankly while he's getting ready for bed.
All right. So you can all sleep soundly for the night, and you now are at your full power, given that the level up has taken effect.
Oh! Yeah.
Don't forget you add your Blessing of the Morning Lord with 10 temporary hit points.
Morning glory added.
What did Mishan call Lathander?
The Morning Lord. It was a different
There was
name.
an older...
A monitor.
A monitor,
Yeah. Thank you. I have so
Jen.
many tabs open, I
Nice
didn't want
one.
to open another one.
Welcome.
What was it? 10 temp hit points?
Yeah. Woo! Which... Pretty good.
Unit.
I actually can't cast Identify. I'm sorry to bust your bubble.
I didn't think you could, yeah.
I just assumed that maybe I could, but I can't. Who is this god here?
Maybe that's a knowledge cleric thing.
It is.
Artificer, bard, and wizards can.
There you go.
Sadly, I have detect magic.
Come on,
and-
Strummer. Midnight Strummer. Come on, Duke Strummington.
All right. So morning breaks. I'm assuming you guys want to get out as early as possible. So you get down before the light even really creeps over the horizon. The dim light that filters through.
I mean, this works because Carnelian can sneak out in the morning before anybody's awake. Really?
Yeah. You want me to just do a little scout before you step out?
Yes, please.
You look out the door. There doesn't appear to be anyone there.
Okay. Ghost appears clue.
Mine is invisible. She's a high-level wizard.
Roll a stealth check.
13.
Okay. At the other end, no. You managed to slip out quietly, and you are waiting somewhere outside of the side for your friends.
Just peek head out door. Just like creep as quickly as you
Oh
can.
my god, that was a creeping voice.
Yeah, well, it's like
was
a
that?
rattling, breathy sound.
Doesn't want to be seen by any people in this town because they're all racists.
Yep.
It sounded like you ate something too hot too fast. You were going, "Hush, hush, hush, hush." The rest of you wake up and head out to the common room. You can see that obviously Marta's been up fairly early and put some of the chairs down. In the fireplace at the very end, there's a fire going to warm up the entire room. There doesn't appear to be... There's like one or two people scattered eating bowls of what looks like maybe porridge of some description.
Immediately having chowder flashbacks.
Wodun throws up in his mouth.
It's wheat, not fish.
She offers you a couple of bowls of porridge if you wish. Otherwise, you're free to go.
Can we get one in a takeaway container?
I'll just put a lid on these, shall I?
Yeah, you got?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just return the bowls.
Just
Yeah,
fantasy Tupperware. That's what I've got. Here.
perfect.
Okay.
My son will love this.
It's got those like little like black plastic bowls that you get from like the takeout fast food places.
And will you be staying for any more additional days?
No, we really must away.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, good travels to you. And she waves.
Oh, I believe I made a promise, did I not?
Oh, you wanted to see my ring.
I was going to assist you in identifying, but sadly I don't have the capabilities that I thought I did. However, I'd still like to check it, if I may.
She shows you the ring again. It seems to be a relatively plain gold ring,
Yeah.
but inlaid with a flourishy pattern around the band.
Can I do a little...
Do an Arcana check if you want.
Thank you. So, 17 on the Arcana.
Much better.
Yeah, that was much better. This is actually a magical item. It's a ring of warmth. While wearing that ring, you have resistance to cold damage, and in addition, everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures as low as negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
I'll hold the ring and hand it back to her and say, this ring will bring you great peace and warmth in times of coldness.
I always do feel a bit warmer when I'm wearing it, you know?
Did your grandma die in a lake? I'm sorry, I have to ask. Can't take it.
No, she's buried at the cemetery in town. Outside of town.
Shit. Do you know a white woman?
I mean, I'm a white girl. I can't even.
Don't you dare.
Can I really wanted to add this at the very start for when they went down. I would like to go directly to the stable so I can get the dogs at the ready.
You head down to the stables. You remove the bag on top of Otto's head.
Yeah. Work like
His
a charm.
nightsack.
Be a pup.
What was the speaker's name?
Matthew.
Matthew. Alright, well,
Doggies
I'm
at
gonna leave
the
a note
ready.
behind. Kobolds were here. Matthew is a loser. Just
God.
leave it behind.
Got him.
What are you doing?
The new Mohawk converted guard asks. I said if I saw any kobolds, I'd stab him between the ribs.
He's a small child.
These aren't the kobolds you're looking for. I actually have that spell, so it's a pretty appropriate reference.
Jazz hands.
Just hands. Okay, so after taking your breakfast, heading outside, you're able to get ready again. So you're looking for a long day and hard ride ahead of you, right?
Just so I like my days. Yep.
So are you going to try and cut across the wilderness again to make it towards Brinchand, or are you going to keep to the road?
I don't think, from where we are, I don't think there's that much point because it seemed like a pretty straight shot south. Like there was a small detour, but it's mostly just a big long road south.
It might not be worth the risk.
Yeah.
There's not much gain.
If you do fail the survival, you will be lost for a little while, and you can lose time that way. So
The
from
road.
the road, okay. You head out of town, and you follow the road south. Eventually, let's see. The weather seems to be holding. There's a bit of a breeze about, but there's nothing that would make you think that there's sort of a blizzard on the way or bad weather incoming. It takes you a few hours, but you're able to get to a crossroad that will eventually take you to Targos, to the west. But then there is another road that reaches off to the southeast, and that goes to Bryn Shander.
Onwards.
You head there. And you get to Bryn Shander. It's still fairly early. It's probably now mid-morning, maybe by the time you make it to Bryn Shander. And the gates are open. Did you want to stop here for any reason, or keep going through? You do have...
The amulet. Perhaps... what's her name could...
Michonne.
Michonne could help us identify it.
Also, Copper that gave you the thing to head this way as well. Head up to the
Maybe we should really tell Copper the news.
Or question him. 'Cause there was some shady copper stuff.
I mean, there kind of was, but I don't really want to get into his relationships at the moment because we're on a time limit.
It is true. It could drag on a bit.
Normally, I'd be all for making light of his situation, but not today.
Okay, so you don't want to stop at all? You want to
He's
just
a
keep
gnome.
going?
I don't like him.
Making light of someone's dead lover? That's a bit cruel.
He's a gnome.
So?
It's a cultural thing. You wouldn't understand.
You want to go back in your box?
I made the box. It's not real. It's an illusion.
You better watch out, Mr. You'll be making another box.
What's that even mean?
Let's just carry on. We can come back and deal with Copper and Michonne once we've returned the shardolin.
Psy crystal.
Yeah, that too.
And there's once.
Okay, so you're just going to skip straight through as much as possible.
Yeah.
You take the main road all the way through from the north to the south of town, and you're back onto the main road again, which is the 10 trail. If you follow this entirely, you'll be eventually hitting the spine and trying to make your way south out of Icewind Dale. But you know that if you turn off the trail at around where there is a river crossing, you can make your way into the mountains. It's a bit slower going, but that was also the domain of that weird creature,
Gary Missman.
Gary Missman.
Yeah.
You could conceivably try going further along the 10 trail and then turn east, or you can turn off the 10 trail earlier and try and hit it just after Duggan's Hole, the same way you sort of initially came.
I like going further down the 10 trail and then going east. That seems like a more direct than going off the 10 trail towards Duggan's Hold and then coming back around.
Yeah, so maybe staying on the path for as long as we can before we have to exit it.
Okay. So you follow the 10 trail south. This is a pretty long road, and it takes you hours and hours, even on good passage, to get there. As you start heading towards the afternoon, the weather does start turning a bit for the worse. There is a light snow that's starting to build out in front of you, and the visibility has been cut down somewhat. It's not snowing hard yet, but it has turned a bit. Follow the 10 trail until you get to a river. This is where you would have made the turn off last time. And you head over and keep following south. Another hour or two later, it's now starting to become dark. It's starting to become probably late afternoon. Ahead of you, you can see where the mountains have... You're just starting to get into the mountains when you can see that ahead of you, the trail is actually blocked. A landslide from the mountain above has come and covered most of this particular path, causing it to be difficult to pass through.
Seems like a good point to turn east as any.
You turn off the road. Can I get a survival check?
Would
From
you
who?
Anyone who
would
would
you like me
make
to assist, or
You do it because you're a bit of a survivor, aren't you? Beyonce?
Can I also do it?
My survival is +4. What's yours?
7.
Well, I'll assist you then.
I just did it and got 19.
It's no need.
Well, no.
We've got Nature Boy over here.
I don't know. You said anyone who wanted to try, so I had a crack.
Okay.
Oh.
Shock.
You were welcome to try.
With Horacio's direction, you're able to start picking your way through the woods. Again, there's no trail necessarily to follow, but you do end up hitting the river, which you'd have to cross now until to get to the crash site.
Picking my way through brush.
The river is a good 10 feet wide, maybe 15 feet wide. How are you getting across it?
Is it shallow enough that it could be forded?
No, it's a little bit deeper than that.
Holden?
How deep are we talking? Like a sled couldn't get through it?
Yeah.
It would be. Looks like it comes up to probably just below your chest, so it'd be quite deep for a sled.
And there's no sign of a bridge.
Not here, no.
How did we cross this the first time?
I don't know if we did. We're on the other side.
No, but we did cross a river.
Yeah, I think there was a shallow bit
Yeah.
last
It was also,
time.
well, it was also mostly frozen over as well at that point. This
Well-
one seems to have a little bit of water running through it. There is ice along the top, but it doesn't seem as stable as some of the other areas.
Do we want to travel further down it then to see if we can't find
Some of
a
it
better
cross.
crossing point?
Okay.
Yep.
You start turning down south towards the river, which actually takes you towards the mountains more. Following the river upstream, it does narrow off a bit and appears to get to a point where the frozen part on the top might be a bit easier and shallower. You head across?
Yep.
Yeah, can we do a little check?
If Carnelian believes it, then
It must be true.
Okay. You can do a investigation check or a survival check.
Check the... Yeah.
I'll go for another survival.
Check the integrity of the ice.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Shit.
Some great ice.
It does seem to be thick enough here that it will take your sled.
This is like Disney worthy, this ice.
You head over the river, and what you find is now you're getting much later into the night. You head towards where you're pretty sure the crash site to be. And as you approach from the opposite side of where you approached last time, you find yourself coming out to the clearing that you found before. It is now fairly late at night. And what you can hear from the nautiloid ship are sounds. This sort of like... And there are lights flashing on and off at the different points on the hull. What do you do?
We should move close and announce ourselves loudly so that they know we're here.
Yeah, it seems it's more urgent than we thought.
You shout out to the nautiloid. It shouts back.
Is it? Was it that they couldn't power the ship at all before? So is it unusual that they've now got power to have
question.
alarms going off?
They said that once they got to a certain point, they would have to self-destruct the ship.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Call out. We have the crystal.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
I am going to actually just cast Animal Messenger.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what it looks like, but I will tell it to stop what they're doing and who we are,
Okay.
that we're back, and we've got a psi crystal.
Okay. So...
Can it carry the psi crystal or no? Just a message?
It's just a message.
Oh.
It's just it's a sinewy bat.
So this sinewy bat forms in your hand and it looks at you and goes, "What's up, copper?"
Oh, hey.
Look, there's no time to dilly-dally. Go over there, tell them to turn off the sound alarms, and we've got the psi crystal.
It's loud over there.
I don't care.
It's very scary.
Fuck off. Can I chuck
This
it?
is the worst employment that I've had all year.
There's no union. Goodbye.
I thought this would have disappeared.
Nat 20, I throw it.
Wow.
You pitch the bat and it arcs towards the nautiloid.
Normally you pitch the ball.
It eventually does spread its wings just before it hits the ground and swoops off.
Hopefully that works.
The warning sirens have not stopped.
I would like to do something.
What have you got, Andrew?
Wodun's going to step up to Horacio, who I think has the Psy Crystal.
Yes.
He's going to hold out his hand and say, "Crystal."
Puts it in.
And he's going to, tuck it into his belt.
Yeah.
And he's going to start turning in slow motion and walking towards the ship. And he's going to, grab the inside lining of his coat and just pull it open, throw his coat back, and I cast Fly.
Yeah!
And I'm going to fly into the ship at 60 feet per
Second.
My movement is now 60 feet.
So
instead
if
of
you
30.
dash 120.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wodun, after stripping his jacket down,
Like goddamn Superman.
takes off, as you said, like Superman, and flies towards the nautiloid. As you get to the nautiloid, you can see that the back doors are open, like the sort of dock doors that you came into initially.
Lucky for those doors. I'm coming in hot.
All right, and you
Super wood.
land and step into the cargo bay. In the cargo bay, you can see the flesh golem that you had fought earlier, as well as both of the gnome mind flayers with little squidlings on leashes that they have.
Oh, yep.
And they turn to look at you, and they've got in their hand a tiny little sinew bat, and they're trying to talk to it, but they can't understand what it's saying. He's like, "She says this!" Exactly the things. He's like, I don't understand.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
It was very close.
It's very
voice.
I don't understand what this thing is saying.
He can, but it's not persuasive.
No, okay, yeah, I know he says it exactly. It's just, this little thing has the voice of that other woman we sent days ago. What is this? I cannot read its mind. It is simply empty. And then Wodun comes barreling into the cargo hold. What? It's that man!
It's me. I have a crystal.
Crystal!
Don't blow up the ship.
Shit!
No
You
shit.
need to tell me really quickly if I need to get out of here.
Warren! Quickly! To the deck!
Warren.
Warren!
Warren.
Warren, get her real quick. This is Brian.
To the flight deck! And they rush up to you, and one of them grabs the crystal out of your hand, and they both then head back up the stairs that it took you initially.
I'm just standing there in the room with the flesh golem.
The flesh golem has had
Not just standing. You're hovering.
You're doing the
That's
super
true.
hover
That's
with
true.
one leg bent and arms out.
Kind of hovering there, looking at him, check it out.
And the flesh golem is standing there with the leashes of 3 little squidlings, and they're all trying to rush at you, and then he pulls them back. Eventually, after a minute, the siren dies down. Looks like it's clear.
Warren.
My name is Voren. Over the loudspeakers.
Warren, are we good?
Yes. The self-destruct sequence has been aborted.
Oh. I'm gonna go get the others.
Please do.
Here he comes. It's beautiful.
You can see now that the lights
Okay, safe now.
He's so quick.
The lights on the
Okay.
nautiloid have turned off, and the sound has now stopped. Although, what you do hear replacing it seems to be the whir or high-pitched whine is beginning to sound.
Is that a better noise?
Is this the sound of them getting ready to leave?
Maybe. Let's go collect our reward.
Yeah, before they... Hey, get that other gun, that's right.
And the magic stuff.
Here's your
Yes.
cloak.
Oh, you can keep it.
Just give it to him
I'll
later.
take it.
Thank you.
Wodun takes it.
Okay.
He'll,
Was it necessary for that spell?
yes.
I do want to roll another insight
You
check.
can if you want.
It's a semantic component.
Don't make me do this, Jen.
I will.
What am I rolling? Deception.
I got a 20.
Every time he's
shit,
asked to
you
roll
beat me.
deception exactly.
Stop lying!
I can't help it.
I don't understand. I have been reborn and
All right,
you still lied to me.
I'll put my clothes back on. Fine.
It's just distracting, that's all.
It's the nipples. They're poking out really far. It's really cold.
It is a little
You cut
distracting.
glass with those things.
I'm all for it.
You approach the nautiloid.
Yeah.
When you do, you can see that just as you get to the outside deck area, the ship begins to lift and levitate off the ground.
Whoop.
However, you can see that the lights inside is sort of that artificial light is now on. Unlike before where it was sort of plunged in somewhat darkness, it's very bright and you can see two figures standing at the doorway. And they're holding 3 boxes.
One contains frankincense, one contains myrrh, and one contains other thing that I forgot.
Gold.
Thanks.
The
Thanks, Bible
useful
buddies.
one.
Dradovac steps forward.
We thank you for returning a psi crystal to us to use. We are now able to leave this plane.
Do we want to give back the crackly box that
Oh,
helped us find the
Do
thing?
you want
Oh,
your
yes.
detector back?
Yes, that will be most useful. I don't see a psi crystal being very useful to you. In fact, it could be quite dangerous.
Do you want me to come up there or you to come down?
You could come. We can exchange gifts on the deck.
Okay.
Oh, that's,
How do we get up
sounds
there?
hard.
It's only like a sloped deck, so you can climb
okay.
up onto it.
I thought they were just like looking at us.
We like
You have to
feeling.
know fly too.
We like feeling tall sometimes. We're usually quite short.
So
Put it
small.
on the pulley system and I'll lower it down and you can pull it up.
Here, all of our advanced technology, and you can have a rope ladder.
What an ingenious invention!
I know how to use one of these.
Roll an alien technology check.
18.
Nice.
Well, you successfully use that rope ladder.
Hell yeah.
So you head up to the deck.
We will be departing here soon. Here, we will exchange these for the psi crystal detector.
And they have 3 boxes.
If you remember what these are, does the DM need to tell you again what they do?
Yes, please.
I see.
Look, sorry, everything else went out of the brain as soon as I heard the word lasered pistol. I think one of them was a helm of detect thoughts.
Okay,
Telepathy. There was a eyes of minute seeing.
yes. So the 3 boxes contain 1 additional laser pistol, a magic item called Eyes of Minute Seeing, which is a sticky metal monocle with a kaleidoscope lens. And then the final item is a slimy coif made of a living space slug, and it is a helm of telepathy. So you already know what the laser pistol does. Do you guys need to know what the other items do?
Eyes of Minute Seeing provided some sort of bonus to investigation checks, I'm pretty sure.
That's correct. While you're searching an area or studying an object within range.
Oh yeah, because it's like a close range thing. And the Helm of Telepathy casts Detect Thoughts and gives you the ability to communicate telepathically.
And I think you can use an action to cast Suggestion or something once a day if you roll a good...
Someone who you're reading
like
the
lock
thoughts
in on
on,
it.
you can...
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very, very useful items, and ostensibly kind of like these between these 2 adventures, the first magic items you're really getting. They take the box back.
We appreciate your help greatly.
Just one quick question while we have you here. Jask, the man with one of your slugs inside of him,
Yes.
is there a way to get that out of him?
If it was earlier on and we were to see him, we could remove it safely. However, it has been days, if not a week. It is probably too late. He is likely to have been changed already.
So we have to kill him.
While I do not condone violence myself, it may be your only option. He was quite crazed when he took the slug to begin with.
I don't like that.
I would consider him especially dangerous, even for mind flayers themselves.
Okay.
Now, if there is no other questions, we will return to our plane.
Bye!
Fare thee well.
Wait, give us the reward first.
They did.
Oh, did we pick one?
No,
You got all three of them.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Sick deal.
They give you all 3 items.
Damn.
Yep.
I thought we had just got to pick one.
Nope.
No,
All 3.
we got to choose one to have as an advance to help us, and then when we come back, we got the rest.
Wow.
So you step off onto the rope ladder and then down to the ground.
What useful
And
aliens?
the doors that you can see the light close, and the nautiloid lifts off into the air, gaining altitude, and eventually you see a streak of light heading straight up into the air and disappearing.
What a strange chapter of my life.
And now it's closed.
You all have magical items.
Hooray.
I don't know who gets what, but I don't think we can do that on this week's episode of Reflex Save, so tune in next week.
Go through the catalogue.
On Reflex Save.
Where we buy items.
Do you want a hat?
I'll make sure your returns are... fuck. Hang on. I'll make sure your remains are returned to... what?
Whoa! Where was that going?
Skyrim reference, but I don't know where you're from.